right? Here's something that'll blow your mind. What if I told you there's a single question that could completely transform your financial future? Not some dodgy get-rich-quick scheme, mind you, but a proper psychological technique that's helped thousands of people multiply their income by 5, even 10 times. And the mad thing is, most people never even think to ask it. Stick hard on, because by the end of this, you'll know exactly what that question is, and more importantly, how to use it to revolutionize your life. Picture this scene. There's this bloke, right? Going door to door for 6 months straight, knocking on 60, 70 doors every single day. Losing weight because he's barely making enough to eat properly. Sound familiar? That was me, years ago, before I discovered something that changed everything. Now, before we dive in, let's talk about tools for a moment. Think about it. From the very beginning of human history, we've been called tool-making creatures. Our ancestors crafted spears and shovels, not for fun, but because tools multiply results. Every single tool ever created has one purpose: to help you achieve more with less effort and less time. Fast forward to today, and the most powerful tool you can possibly have isn't made of metal or wood. It's knowledge. Proper training in your field. And here's the kicker. If you get this right, it can increase your income 5, even 10 times over. Sounds too good to be true. Let me tell you exactly how this works. When I was struggling, knocking on those doors day after day, I finally had the sense to ask successful salespeople a simple question. What are you doing differently? Their answer changed my life. They asked me about books I was reading, audio programs I was listening to, seminars I'd attended. My response: I don't know anything about these things. The conversation led me to a bookstore where I picked up my first sales book, How to Sell Well. Reading that book was like having a bloody explosion go off in my brain. Here was a man with 30 years of experience sharing everything. Getting appointments, building rapport, presenting products, handling objections, closing sales, getting referrals. Thought I'd died and gone to heaven. But here's what's mental about our world today. Everyone's glued to their phones, scrolling through feeds, checking emails, getting distracted by every notification. There's something almost magical about sitting down with an actual book, turning pages, savoring words, long-form reading, proper thinking. Big ideas take time to develop, don't they? Here's a brilliant one-liner that'll stick with you. A person who does unread is no better than someone who co-e and read. Think about that for a moment. When you stop reading, when you stop learning new words, you're essentially shutting down parts of your brain. Every word represents a cluster of meanings. Sometimes one word can introduce you to 10 or 15 others. Your brain has 100 billion cells, all connected. When you read and actually think about what you've just read, you're activating more and more of these connections. It's like a mental training program. You become mentally fitter, smarter, quicker. You develop better perspective just by learning words. I once knew someone who studied vocabulary for just 1 year. The results were staggering. People who'd been promoted twice were earning 40% more. Some became heads of their departments. Others started their own companies and were making serious money. Their lives were completely transformed just from learning new words. There's this brilliant concept called an anti-library. It's the idea of having loads of books you haven't read yet. Now, I've read most of the books on my shelves, but not all. Maybe 20% are still waiting. But that's the point. It gives you hope, inspires you to keep learning, keep growing, because there's always more to discover. Here's something I teach in my speed reading courses. The best way to save 5 hours on a book: chuck it in the bin. If a book doesn't grab you by the throat in the first chapter, if you're not dying to get back to it, don't waste your time. Life's too short to read rubbish books when brilliant ones are waiting. Now, you might wonder, is there a difference between reading a physical book and listening to an audiobook? Absolutely. With a physical book, you can intuitively flip to within pages of where you left off. You feel the weight, the progress. You know how much you've got left. There's something visceral about holding knowledge in your hands. But audiobooks have their place too. You can speed them up, fill in those mental gaps where your mind might wander. Some people prefer reading, others listening. Some love seminars and workshops. The key: Do whatever you're naturally drawn to. Whatever you enjoy most, you'll learn most from. Here's the crucial bit about learning. It's not about speed. It's about the pauses between points. When you underline something important, stop. Think about it. Turn it over in your mind like you're examining a piece at an antique shop. Then move on. You cannot speed read anything truly valuable. Those summary services that condense books into 15 minutes. They're brilliant for getting interested. But if a 15-minute summary hooks you, the full book will too. And you'll miss all the nuance in those rapid-fire summaries. Companies like Shortform do excellent work, summarizing thousands of books, giving you key points in 30 minutes. Perfect for deciding if you want the full experience. But here's where it gets really interesting. Remember that question I mentioned at the start? It's actually 2 questions. They'll revolutionize how you think about success. Question 1. If you could wave a magic wand and achieve any single goal in life, which one would have the greatest positive impact? Imagine you've got a magic pill. Take it, and whatever goal you write down becomes reality. Almost everyone says a financial goal, because money gives you the freedom to pursue everything else you want. Question 2 is the game changer. What one skill, if you were absolutely excellent at it, would help you most achieve your most important goal? This question literally changes lives. When I first asked myself these questions, I was still that struggling salesman. My financial goal was clear: earn a specific amount per month. But the skill, that was closing the sale, setting up conversations, and asking customers to make decisions. So he went full court press on mastering that one skill. The result, my income increased 10 times over the next 2 years. People joked that whatever I was on, I should share it with everyone. That's when I started recruiting and teaching others the same process. The closing techniques I developed became some of the most popular training materials worldwide. Because here's the brutal truth. If you can't close, you'll be frustrated, disappointed, making fewer calls. It's a downward spiral. All business success comes from high sales. All business failure from low sales. Everything else is just commentary. So what are the 2 best closing techniques in the world? The first is called the invitational close, and it's considered the absolute best. Simple and elegant. Do you have any questions or concerns? I have an answer. If they say no, you've covered everything well. You simply ask, well then, why don't you give it a try? Low pressure, friendly, perfect. The second technique is similar. Same opening question, but when they say you've covered everything, you respond, well then, the next step is, and you close the sale. But here, this is what I learned the hard way. Sometimes people are ready to buy at that moment. They want to think it over, discuss with someone else. The biggest mistake. Going back with lower energy. When you return for that second meeting, you need even higher enthusiasm than the first time. You've got to rebuild that energy. Go through your presentation again, then ask for the sale. Without that enthusiasm, they'll see you as a financial risk. Now, what if you're naturally introverted? Can you succeed in sales just as well as extroverts? Absolutely. The key to great selling isn't talking. It's establishing high trust relationships. And here's the rule. Listening builds trust. Be a brilliant listener. Ask excellent questions, and you'll outsell the biggest talker in the room. 5% of millionaires in Britain are salespeople. Another 10% are entrepreneurs. If you combine entrepreneurship with selling skills, the odds are massively in your favor for financial success. Entrepreneurs must sell to 3 different groups: investors, early employees who have other opportunities, and customers. Master selling and your master business. Time management is another crucial tool. My book on this subject is now in 55 languages and has sold millions of copies worldwide. It's been rewritten 3 times because the principles are so fundamental. Personal productivity is one of the most important tools for becoming highly effective. The 8th rule, unfortunately, holds true. 20% of people, the most productive ones who use their time best, earn 80% of the money. 80% of people earn 20% of the money. Make a decision right now to be in that top 20%. Establish priorities. Start with your most important task. Discipline yourself to complete that task before doing anything else. Get into the rhythm of being highly productive. That alone will transform your financial situation more than almost anything else. When I started in door-to-door sales, tracking was everything. How many doors knocked versus appointments secured? How many appointments versus signed contracts? In the beginning, I spoke to 435 people before getting one signed contract. Skill or not, it's partly a numbers game. The average professional salesperson makes 2 new calls per day. Want to double your income? Make 4 calls. Because of the law of probabilities, double your contacts, and you'll double your sales. You don't know where the sale will come from, but it will come. Here's the fascinating thing about probability. Everything has a probability of happening. Sometimes high, sometimes low, but you can influence those probabilities by increasing the frequency of activities. Want better results? Do more of what works. This creates momentum, builds habits. People you called 2 weeks ago start calling back. You never know where the next sale will come from. But if you keep at it daily, opportunities multiply. Play this head game. Imagine everyone you call is on the verge of buying from you or your competitor. Treat them like they're ready to purchase. Show respect, enthusiasm, confidence. Get face to face with as many people as possible. So what? Next, scripts are incredibly valuable tools, especially when starting out. Like Steven Spielberg said about the best actors he's worked with. They always came prepared. They'd reviewed their scripts and were ready to work. Preparation separates professionals from amateurs. MEMORISE. Your script initially, internalize so thoroughly it becomes second nature. Something you can default to under pressure. As you become more seasoned, then you can innovate. But foundation first, creativity later. What tools should you grab before heading out for battle? Write everything down. If you want to double your income, here's a simple method I've taught worldwide. Get a spiral notebook. Every morning, write down your 10 most important goals without looking back. This activates the law of attraction, drawing opportunities toward you. But if they're not written, they don't exist. They're just smoke drifting away. Second point, priorities. Successful people work on their most important task until completion. Make your daily list, then ask, if I could only accomplish one thing, which task would have the greatest positive impact? Circle it. Start there. Work only on that until it's finished. This is hard the first time. The tools that are most powerful are often the simplest. They just require the big D. Discipline. To write things down. Discipline to start and complete your most important task first thing each morning. Do just that, and you'll double your income quickly, building lasting relationships. Trust is everything. Trust comes not from talking, but from asking questions and listening. Nodding, smiling, really hearing what people say. Want to know why I'm successful as a speaker? I ask questions. What was the very best holiday you've ever had? Then I pause. Let people think. Let them travel through their entire life mentally. For spiritual development, I read from spiritual books an hour every morning, 7 days a week. I've got several hundred books on different aspects of spirituality. Not fixated on any one religion, but I believe deeply in the power of spiritual thought, prayer, contemplation, meditation. Reading spiritual material is incredibly healthy. It improves every area of your life. It's like a powerful mental health tool. Makes you better. More positive, more optimistic. You develop more persistence. Become nicer, more influential. Reading motivational material has similar effects. Now, here's where things get really interesting. There's been a seismic shift in our universe recently. Artificial intelligence. This might be the most powerful tool ever created in our lifetimes. There are levels to AI. At the lowest level, you've got basic chat interfaces. Useful, amazing even, but that's entry-level stuff. Move up to custom applications with knowledge bases and specific instructions. This narrows the AI's focus, improves output quality dramatically. Next, level up. Agents. These are programmed systems with knowledge bases and instructions. but they can actually automate tasks across different systems. Gmail, customer relationship management, social media platforms. Agents can work across all these automatically at the highest level. Agent swarms. Multiple agents working together to accomplish complex tasks, like a symphony creating beautiful music. Except the music is results. Want to see this in action? I can create a sales script, long-form sales letter, complete song, all researched thoroughly. The time it used to take just to write one decent script by hand. Here's exactly how. Find relevant content, feed it into an AI knowledge base, then instruct agents to create whatever you need. They can access your files, analyze content, produce sophisticated materials while you're off playing sport or at lunch. I recently gave an agent 80 hours of transcribed training content and asked it to create 300 short video segments. 5 hours later, done. All 300 scripts completed while I was living my life. The leverage is incredible. Time leverage. Result leverage. If your competitors are using agent swarms and you're not, you're in serious trouble. This isn't just about efficiency, it's about multiplying your capabilities exponentially. The beautiful thing about these AI tools is they can incorporate decades of proven methodologies instantly. Instead of watching videos and filling workbooks, you skip straight to implementation. The knowledge base drives results, and the results are extraordinary. This is just the beginning. The most powerful tools are often the simplest to understand but require discipline to implement. Whether it's reading books, asking the right questions, managing time effectively, or leveraging AI agents, success comes down to consistent application of proven principles. But remember, tools are only as good as the person using them. The magic isn't in the wand, it's in the wizard's knowledge and discipline to wave it properly. Your time is coming. Keep believing, keep fighting. Don't just watch. Go out and prove them wrong. Thank you for being part of the journey. If you liked it, please like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.